Okay, guys, hello and welcome again to our bi weekly scheduled AMAs. My name is Gary Bard. I'm the CEO of Steam Exchange. I do believe we have Enki here, also known as Viraf, head of PR and marketing team. Uh, Sir, would you like to go ahead and say hello?
Of course, hey guys, thank you all for joining. Like you said, good morning, good afternoon, good day. We're all happy to be here. Glad you guys could join us. And as Gary mentioned, this one will be a short, sweet, but robust AMA, and then we will hop into the question and answer section and provide as much clarity as we can there. So for now, back over to you, Gary.
Okay, sir, I'm just going to go ahead and share a screen with you guys. Just a little recap. There we go. So we'll be changing this nevertheless, right? But um, for those of you who missed it before, just gonna do a quick recap before we announce what we're doing back for you guys. This is where we are. We're working, still in progress. We've always said, and we're gonna continue to say that we will always show you guys what we're working on. If there's anything new to show you, and whether or not there's nothing new to show you doesn't necessarily mean that it's not new. So sometimes when we progress code wise. It's proprietary. We're not going to show you the code, but we can show you anything that's like front end related, right? So we have it built two ways. We are thinking of making it available both ways, but right now where we've settled is this is only going to be available the one way, and that would be accessible through here, which is again something that we have showed you guys last time. This is the beta version of our front page, our front website version 3, and it's still a work in progress. We're still working on it. We have shown it to you guys last AMA, I believe. Um, it's more about being productive and on the website in a sense of giving you as much information as you need without overwhelming you. We've come to the conclusion, through research and community wise, uh, that having a never ending website is not good. Their type of website that used to be made back in the day was with a lot of links everywhere. Everywhere you click, there's a lot of links, and it gets very confusing where to click, what to go, where to do with what when you are looking for information or you want to activate a new feature. Too many buttons, too many clicks, it's not good. So the latest fad about building websites is having it on all in one page, right? Now that's also a problem if that page is a never ending page. You just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So we're trying to find the sweet spot, and we do believe that we have. And props to Chris and the team that he's overseeing of developers for coming up with uh, this type of front page, for lack of better words. I'm sorry, guys. Just I was rushed home. Now, this is what it looks like for now. It is still a work in progress. It's still going to change. Um, as of now, this in particular is just a photo. It's a screenshot of the other web page. So we're still integrating. Um, Nevertheless, I do have the other one available for you guys to show you. It is 100% operational. It's just that from the design perspective of things, this particular box here, we've chosen to just leave it as a photo until we're done with everything else on the page, and then we just implement this into this section, right? Now, there's a chance this might change the way it's laid out in favor of making things more simple. Nevertheless, they'll always all be available. So it's very simple, very straightforward. In case you guys missed it, check it. Well, you can check it out. You'll be able to check it out soon, actually. So come Monday, we will be updating our roadmap on the webpage that you guys are able to access right now. I do believe that the roadmap in itself ended October 18th, I believe, but that doesn't mean that the development ended. I think, Anki, correct me. There was it October or November 18th.
I believe it was October, but that was just the solely the
Right.
documentation stage.
Right. So actually, we did update the white papers, so like the the Git um, beyond that. But the roadmap, just because the roadmap says the latest date on the roadmap is on the 18th, doesn't mean that the development has stopped and that's where we are. No, those particular things are actually still in development. The roadmap says beginning development of this or beginning integration of this. They're still being integrated. They're still being developed. Therefore, it's not outdated, but it's not updated. So a little bit of play of words there. I'm sorry, guys. It's a very different type of AMA here. I'm trying to leave stuff for the guys because we will do another one. So not as per our schedule, we will do another one this week just to fill in as much as we can extras for you guys, right? So going back to this, this is fully functional, and what we did is we took that and took just that cut and put it into there so you guys can kind of see when we're showing you how it's going to look like. So over there, what I just showed you is just a photo indeed. However, this is our separate page where we do the testing. So this is our development server where we do the testing. We're testing it. So we've have a very basic front end for it, and we're testing the functionality. We're coding it. It's still a work in progress. We're still trying to make things happen quicker. Improving the code, polishing it up, finding bugs, fixing the bugs, seeing what else we can add. What we don't need is redundant or what have you, right? This 100% works, right? So, for example, a bug that we have right now, it's not a bug, but it's redundant. So if I put my mouse right there, you'll see that it's got a little shadow there. Uh, don't need that. That's going to disappear. But it's there for development purposes, right? So that we know where the box with the numbers ends, and then we can better gauge of how we're putting things together. But this is what I mean by this is redundant, but it's still there for us, right? So it's redundant for the end user. This is very simple. So for those of you who are new, I'm going to explain what this is. This is uh, essentially a swap, but it's a different type of swap. It's a swap where you do not need to connect your wallet. If you guys uh, are new, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown about it. So, uh, what is the difference? So, the difference is most swaps out there, you connect your wallet, right? Whether it be MetaMask or Wallet Connect or any of the other popular ones that connect to your apps that are typically located on your phone. Now, when you connect, some of them are better with security, some of them are not. When you connect, you are connected. Now, the fear uh, when once you do that is phishing websites. There's a lot of people that got scammed or still continue to get scammed, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not news. It's not a secret. There are people out there, and they're only getting. Unfortunately, they're getting better at what they do. Our few members of our community have fallen victim to it, and then when you look back at it, it's silly, but at the time it looks really legit until somebody points out to you, what, this doesn't look right. And then you're like, oh, darn it, I didn't see it. All right. Going back to this, with those types of swaps that are out there right now, when you connect your wallet, you're sometimes or most commonly giving permission to access your wallet, right? Now, some of them are, like I said, are better with security. Some of them are not. We can, if that's a question you guys want to ask later, we can circle back to it. The point is, the system knows right away what funds you have in your wallet and whether or not they're accessible and how much of those funds are there. And if you choose to trade those funds for any other cryptocurrency, the system then takes the funds right away from your wallet and gives you the other currency that you're trading for. Now, that's what we call on our exchange, this is what we categorized as a quick swap. Because again, we know that the funds are there and we know that we can take this and trade it for this for you. Okay. Now, where this is new, this is called a swap. So it's a third type, essentially, is what we have it as, a third type of an exchange. So now we have a swap, we have a quick swap, and we have the advanced pro version. So everybody knows what a quick swap is, right? Everybody's used to it. Everybody's using it with other cryptocurrencies right now. So how does this work? For those of you that missed it, it's actually relatively simple. So it's part of the reason we went with calling the other one a quick swap, because it's quick, which is what you guys are used to again. This is completely new. This is not quick, but you are trading speed for security. So how does it work? The system doesn't actually know whether or not you possess the funds that you say you do. So you, for example, for instance, say that you have 1,000 USDT and you would like to take that USDT and get Ethereum for it. What you do is you come here and you say, I have 1,000 USDT and I want to get Ethereum for it. Now, notice how we did not connect our wallet. You're just going to hit exchange. It gives you here the exchange rate. We will add another, like, what's the word for it? Can you help me out here? Slippage. Slippage feature, sliding bar where you can select the slippage. So once you have all that and you're satisfied with how much you want to trade, you hit exchange. And it's going to ask you, so this is something that we've done for now, but it won't ask you to log in later on. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and log in.
And Gary, while you just log in, I do, for everyone listening, I do want to re-emphasize, right, that what you see essentially in terms of look and feel, the optimizations there are pending. Our focus at this stage is absolutely functionality, right? So the team, everyone, our focus at this stage is making sure everything works as intended. The look and feel we are going to come back to. So I just wanted to add that there.
Thank you, Enki. So again, guys, if you want to trade, 1,000 ETH, yeah, I wish. If you want to trade 1,000 USDT, this is how much ETH you're going to get. And you hit the trade button. Sorry, there we go. If you want to trade, this is what I mean with too many links. You got to remove all the redundant ones. And you won't be required to log in later. This is the proper one. This is what I mean. Like, you guys see all of this live, right? Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. You want to trade 1,000 ETH, and it's gonna 1,000 USDT. It's gonna tell you what the fees are up front. It's gonna give you the slippage. You can click on it. It'll have like a little sliding bar, and you're trading it into ETH. It tells you how much. Now it's gonna ask you for your recipient address. So we don't know where you're gonna send the USDT from. We don't care. Doesn't matter. You need to tell us where you want to receive your Ethereum. So you are sending 1,000 US dollars essentially, and where do you want us to send you your Ethereum? So let's just go ahead and type in something, 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 and then hit exchange. And that is a wrong something. Okay. I need an actual. And can you give me 1 second here? I'm just gonna grab an address real quick.
Yeah, sure, man. Take your time. I think people are curious to see, so no worries.
Yeah, I know. 1 second. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Which one can I use? This is what I was rushed in today, guys. I'm sorry. That's why hmm, that is why it's a little bit delayed here. All right. So we have an address, and essentially it was checking for the length, right? So I didn't have the right length. It was checking for the uh, length of the address, right? So it was kept giving me an error. So that error message is specific to developers. It will be beautified, if that's what you want to call it. So again, what do we do? We said we have 1,000 USDT, and we would like to receive for that 1,000 USDT Ethereum. So the system is automatically asking how much you want to send. It's giving you how much you're going to receive after fees. It's going to give you an option for slippage. Uh, and it's asking you where should we send the funds to you that you are owed once we receive the 1,000 USDT. So here's the stats page, right? So you're sending 1,000 USDT, okay? You're getting 0.25 Ethereum for it, and it's going to be sent over to the address you provided before. Not this address. It's going to be sent over to the address you provided before. This address is a system generated address specific to this event, specific to this trade. Every single time, the system will generate a new address specific to this event. Okay? Now, once you send the funds over to that address, okay, there's going to be a certain amount of blockchain confirmations that have to take place. We did not settle down on a particular number now, nor do I think it's particularly very important for the purposes of this AMA. It is important for later on because it does mean of how long that generally takes to process. But essentially, once it is processed on the blockchain and it has been, it's a mineable transaction. It has been mined several times, so the block has been reconfirmed several times. The system will send you, the trader, the Ethereum to the address that you specified before. Okay, so again, you come in, you say you have 1,000 USDT, you want to receive Ethereum for it. You plug in an address where you would like to receive the Ethereum. You hit the exchange button, and it tells you here once again, send 1,000 US dollars, USDT, sorry, to system generated address, and you will receive this much once the confirmation goes through that the funds you sent are available. Now, why did we call this a swap versus the other one's a quick swap? Because we do not know if you have these funds or not. You're saying you do, but we don't know. So the only way for us to verify it is wait for the blockchain confirmations once you send the money over. That's why we call this a swap and the other one a quick swap. It's not slow, but it's not as fast as you guys are most commonly used to. However, this simple thing is amazing because you don't connect your wallet. There's zero need for you to connect your wallet. And you could potentially use this to airdrop money to people or your friends or what have you, right? So you could send the money, like for example, USDT from your own wallet, but the receiving address for the other uh, token or coin, whatever, what have you, whatever you're trading for, it doesn't have to be yours. You don't have to own it. It could go to your friend, could go to your grandma, could go to your dad, whatever you guys would like, right? Uh, I think that that's pretty proprietary and a cool way of doing things, right? Especially when they're all in together and everything's on the same page. Now, the quick swap, we're working on it. As you guys know, we've come on time and time again and said that we will not, and I repeat, we will not be cloning, forking, flipping, whatever you guys want to call it, uh, the other most commonly known exchanges out there, or any any of them for that matter. We will be doing our own. Now there are similar things in the calls of the API. Just letting you know, I'm jumping ahead here. That's just because the way that the coding language is. It's by no way, shape, or form any copy of anything. Um, when you want to access a certain liquidity provider, they have their own API calls that everybody uses. So they came up with that. It's not a copy, it's just the way that you access it. That's the way that their system understands what you're asking it to do. Also, the Web3 connection, so where you plug in your wallet online when you connect, that is the same for literally everybody. Everybody's using the same code. It's a code provided by, for example, MetaMask or by Wallet Connect, by those companies, right? Those are the only things that anybody that's going to go looking for something is going to see, that those are the only things that are similar to others or identical for that matter, because again, it's required. Everything else is proprietary to us. Am I wondering here? Okay, all right. Let's do. Okay, let's go to trade. Second, I just have to turn something off. Okay, good. All right. So currently we have it. We have uh, real data now. It is being traded, but it's not a live trade of real money. So right now we're performing once again, as we did before, stress test on the system. We are attempting to overload it, and we are doing it slowly in increments. Now we want to see which parts will overload. So we would have to overload the system in many different ways from many different angles with a variety of combinations. So it is a fully functioning, it's like it's fully functional exchange already is there. It is essentially quote unquote live, but it's not open to the public. It's live in a sense that it's pulling real data and from users. Now the users that we have there are pre-created testing bots. Okay, they're not trading bots. They're not meant to stay there. They will be removed when we go live. They're not by any shape form meant to stay there to trade with real users. They're meant and they're programmed solely for the purpose of overloading the system and undergoing stress tests. Uh, that is why if you check, the price is the same. Now it's all connected. This again, excuse me guys, my throat's killing me. This again is subject to change, as Enki ever so kindly mentioned. For example, the white background, guys, come on, like everybody must agree that's gotta go, right? I can't be there. Can't go from a dark background to a white background, especially at night. Can you imagine? You guys want to jump on for a quick trade? Oh my gosh. um, right. So, what do? What else can I show you guys here? The image is actually generated, so there is a place for you guys to change the image. We are still debating removing it. Actually, we don't really have a need for it, other than something that we were gonna announce later, because there is Anki, do you think I should mention it?
I think we're here now, bro. Why not? Let's do it.
Are you sure, bro? I mean, it's juicy. You know what? Chris is here. Chris, you snuck in, sir.
Yeah, I think
Chris?
give Chris a moment or two to hop on. But guys, just in general, I think Gary, props to you and credit as well to the team. This is a great insight into where we are currently with the exchange platform, right, guys? So again, just taking a step back and backtracking, Gary mentioned that this exchange product is operational and live, and we want to tie back to stage one in general, right? So this entire journey, going back to it, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, 8+ months in the making. And here we are today, right? Q1 2022 is upon us. We're almost there. In some ways, it's the finish point. In many other ways, it's just the start of the journey, right? So I'm excited, Gary, to see what you've been showing. And yeah, maybe we'll wait for Chris just to hop on and get his insight on, well, whether you want to share that nugget of info. But nice little mug there.
Come again?
I said nice little mug you're holding up, Gary.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even realize. Thank you. You guys, more of these will be available. We're just working on fine tuning these supply. As you know, I've mentioned that we'll have a merchandise section, and we've had it ready, and then we've kind of looked at it and said, well, we can't really put it out there because it's approximately 4 or 5 shirts, and it was still an evolving like design stage. And I told Brianna, you know what, just hold on, and let's get more items up there, make it a little bit more versatile and more interesting. So working on stock before we send it off to the public. Okay, Chris, are you here?
Yes, sir. Hey, everyone.
Would you like me to share that? You know what? I'll just do a
Yeah,
little
go for it.
like
Go for it, bro.
quick without giving any detail. There is a company that has approached us, guys. Um, we have somewhat vetted them, and they are probably likely to be the only company that approached us so far and would likely pass our audit to be listed on our blockchain. So they are in development. They're developing it. We have given them preliminary documentation for our blockchain, and that is where your profile picture would come in handy. Other than that, we were thinking of originally removing it, but now we're thinking of maybe we should keep it because we could use it and integrate it into the actual exchange as well, and use that app um, for users as well. So that's where we are at there. Uh, Again, guys, I'm just gonna circle back to the beginning on this AMA. I do apologize for being delayed coming into this, and I'm thinking of how I can keep this summarized without going into too much detail on proprietary stuff that we're not ready to share. Because if I click the wrong button, then you guys are gonna see something that we have not announced yet, and I was wanting to wait for the whole team to be here to announce anything new, right? So, right, Anki, or Viraf, known as Anki, our fearless and devoted head of PR. Did you want to share some PR stuff before I go ahead and share what I have here underneath, just under the range of the camera view?
Most definitely. But just before that, guys, I know Gary's been saying it, but just at a high level as well, I do want to mention that the stage we're currently in. We mentioned this on the last AMA as well. It's very much heads down and continuing to stay focused, right? So we're in that phase where we have our blinkers on, we're laser focused on the task ahead, and we're doing everything we can diligently to stay at it, right? So the updates. We're going to do our best to show you guys what we can at each interval. Again, just going back at it, the focus is on functionality at this stage, right? So moving over to the PR and just general marketing side, I do definitely want to give credit to our amazing community. In the last week, we've seen a tremendous increase in search volume right around Steam Exchange. We've noticed an influx of traffic on our website, on our social media pages. For example, we're even trending on crypto.com right now, guys. So think about a large platform like crypto.com that's spending huge amounts of marketing dollars. We are in a way riding that wave as well by being focused and sort of highlighted on their platform as well. So I believe we're ranked #2 right now on their trending out of top 5. All credit to the community there as well. I know last week we were one of the top gainers in the BSC ecosystem, right? So we were #2. And guys, as we all know, last week was a volatile week, so to speak, right? There was a lot of red around in the market. It shows you the strength of our community. It shows the strength of the people behind this and the new interest that's pouring in, that we were the ranked 2 top gainer in the entire Binance Smart Chain, right? The entire ecosystem. So definitely props and credit to our amazing community there. We are in talks, just in small updates. When we mention Steam Exchange is global, we definitely mean that, right? And that ties into our marketing as well. So we are in talks with a large sort of TikTok and YouTube influencer out in Latin America. He has close to 3 million followers. He has some established partnerships with some sort of banks and other things over there. So we see that being a good tie-in to that market. We are trying to lock in his engagement. Most recently on YouTube as well, we had a video released by Voscoin. We see a great, I mean, it was great to get in with him and have our project highlighted, but we do see opportunity to go on with him for an AMA session to actually dive into the details, right? Actually have a conversation and go into depth on multiple aspects to the Steam Exchange ecosystem, right? So YouTube is going to continue. We are in talks with a line of influencers there as well. As we saw a couple of weeks ago, there was a wave of videos that came out, close to 20. We are working on a similar exercise, right? So Gary mentioned we are working on updating our roadmap. Once a few of those tweaks come in, we will be lining up the next wave of YouTube influencers to tie in to the other aspects as well, right? So there have been significant sort of interest in the real world media sort of platforms, whether that's Yahoo Finance, Forbes, NASDAQ, other platforms as such. And we are working with a few sort of liaisons from their end to get Steam Exchange and potentially an article highlighted on those platforms. So definitely work ongoing in the background. Again, the search volume was huge and tremendous in the last couple of weeks. There's been an increase in traffic, like I mentioned, on our website as well. Last week, we also had the opportunity to have a Twitter Spaces with Cameron, who is a Canadian celebrity. There were a whole bunch of UFC sort of fighters as well. So we are slowly, in terms of influencers, spreading wide, right? It's not solely YouTube, it's not solely TikTok, it's not solely Twitter. We're doing our best to connect with individuals from different community groups, establish credibility that is to a certain degree enabled by the caliber of the project here. But there are a lot of talks ongoing, right? We have our radio and TV ads as well, as we mentioned, 2 radio primetime commercial slots in Canada, as well as 1 TV slot that will come into action in the new year. Initially, I know we considered doing it around this holiday season, but if you think about it, not everyone's listening to the radio around this time, right? So for max impact, we are going to move that pilot campaign into the start of next year, along with our outdoor advertising, right? So we're looking all over Canada. We're looking globally as well, as I mentioned, Dubai being one of the locations and some other Asian countries as well. So again, just to highlight the phase we are currently in is very much multiple conversations ongoing all around. Head down in terms of our dev team, heads down focused and just staying diligently sort of laser focused at the task ahead. So that's my update from the PR and marketing side. And Gary, I'm just going to bounce it back to you for that small
Thank you,
little
sir.
surprise you wanted.
Sorry, my guys have been going through this coding all night. So I apologize if I've given you the impression that I've dozed off. I haven't. My eyes are hurting. So if you close them and you press on them really hard, it relieves the pressure. Okay, so I know in Canada it's I'm not sure how it is everywhere else, but in Canada they typically started saying happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas. So guys, I don't know why. I guess they're afraid that people will get offended. But I mean, if you get offended, you get offended. It is what it is, guys. Christmas is coming. Merry Christmas soon for everyone. We're going to be doing a few small giveaways. We have yet to decide how we're going to do them or what the particular raffles are going to be or what have you, but we will decide by the end of the weekend. There are several small things, there are several big things, there are several medium things. Sorry, I'm just exit that chat real quick. It was distracting. So, smallest thing that we have right now, other than a gift card, well, value wise, let's see. Okay, uh, this is actually, they sell this in the local stores here. If you win this, we'll just send you one. It's a little train you build together, and it's got a little wagon. Cool.
The little wagon to carry your bags. I had to.
Well, you can put the USB in there, right? And it's carrying all your bags, right? So now, if you win, a little bit higher, then you get this one. Now, this one's got 350 pieces, guys. I have. I'm just gonna share it. I have indeed started on this. Let me show you. It looks like this. Yeah, it looks like pretty much almost done. Just a few more pages left. Just the wheels I got attached together. It looks like it's pretty cool, I'd say. So the coolest part about it is it's actually functional, guys. These actually turn with a key. So the chimney stack turns. All the gears inside. Sorry, there you go. All the gears inside turn and the wheels turn. So it is fully functional. It's pretty cool. So we'll start there. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be this one in particular in terms of what I'm about to show you guys, but it will be to some degree in that range, right? For those of you guys that know, we are going to kick off with the technical analysis that ChartWatcher is doing and with Neville's portion of technical, education and technical analysis as well. We're going to be kicking off a little bit more officially the mining side of things, the educational side of things, because it will eventually tie in to our platform and our blockchain. So before I show you guys this, speaking of which, we are aiming to have alpha ready in January and beta ready in February on that end of things. So I'll just leave that there with you guys. All right. We are also thinking of potentially hiring more devs. We're probably going to hire more devs where you have the applications ready to go. We're just going to look at one more thing before we do that, just to potentially try and accelerate the things around us, because we do know that very, very soon, in a matter of less than 2 weeks, Binance is no more here and where we are in Ontario, and that's going to leave a lot of people stuck. So if we could maybe do something to accelerate the process, I'm not saying January 1st, but relatively quickly before we are out there, because we said Q1, and Q1 technically is 3 months long. So if we could somehow accelerate even just a part of it to give you guys the option to still have access or a reasonable source of access to buying, purchasing BNB and trading it, even paired with whatever other exchange you guys use to offload it. If we are not fully ready yet, at least we'll give you the option to potentially get BNB, because the way it is now, all except for one that I know of. All the other ones don't have BNB, and they're for you guys to trade. So we would be the only other alternative, essentially. Now, we understand that this other exchange, that again, I'm not mentioning any names for legal reasons, but there's a lot of issues with it, and people not necessarily are happy with it. Nevertheless, you could offload and you can off ramp and on ramp on that exchange. Now, if we're trying to accelerate the part where the swap is, so the pro side might not be accessible, but we might open it just for KYC purposes, so to alleviate any sort of pressure from the team on launch day, so that there isn't a backlog of 40, 50, 60,000 members trying to all KYC at the same time, right? So to make things easier for us and for you guys and quicker for you guys, we're looking at hiring potentially a few more devs to help the local. It's more for the local community, right? So to help the local community out, because again, Binance is going to be no more in Ontario, right? And a lot of people are going to be stuck, not going to be able to convert back to BNB if they don't like that other exchange, right? And that's where we're at. We're thinking of what else can we do to help the community, right? So you've seen the two choo-choo trains, the small one and the medium one. Now we will be doing also, provided that we can find it, guys. Provided that we can find it. Enki, did you want to say it? I'll give that one item.
It's all you, brother. It's all you. Drive us home.
All right. One of the items is going to be a PS5. So someone's going to be a lucky winner for a PS5. Now, going back to what I was just saying, because we have Chart Watcher doing technical analysis, we have Neville, uh, excuse me, we have Neville with the education modules and the gamified game. We are going to be also a little bit more actively starting, and you'll see that Viraf is also going to be active there, and the team's also going to be active there. The mining side of things, and I used to have a channel. I'm thinking of reviving it just for the purpose of driving more traffic to Steam Exchange. But nevertheless, we want to teach you guys how it works because it ties into what we're doing. Now, last time we did the simplest form of mining, which was through the CPU, and we mined a coin called Raptorium. And at least I showed you guys how to do it, and you guys have some questions. Some people learned a few cool things, which is nice. It's nice to see excitement. But there's also another way of mining things, which is a GPU. So it's a graphic processing unit. So what is that? That's a video card. So we will be selecting at least one, two, maybe three winners for various graphic cards or more, depending on stock available. There is no stock anywhere, right, guys? One of the cards looks like this. So I'll just bring that a little closer there. If you guys know what these are actually quite rare because they are white. It's really hard to find them in this color. And this is the newest series. It's not the top end TR card for that series, but it is the newest series. They are hard to find. You could use them for gaming. You could use them for mining. Actually, if you ever go to a store and you say, I need a graphic card to mine on, they would probably not ever give you one because there's a huge shortage. Now, there are other things that will be given away, all in the spirit of the holidays, such as, but not limited to, Neville wanted to do, I believe, Neville, did you wanted to do the Amazon or the eBay one? I know Neville's busy, so I don't know. I think he's just listening in, guys, because I know he's busy with personal matter. I think Neville wanted to do the Amazon gift card, so we'll break it down to a few. We'll select the amount and we'll select how you can win it, and we'll make sure you guys know everything by Monday evening, the latest, and that would leave us with let's see, about 5-6 days maybe to win stuff. We'll see. Maybe I can come up with an interactive way for people to listen to more AMAs and get an answer out of there. So that answer would be used to win a graphic card potentially, right? And
Gary, you also
I
you
would be
forgot to
dropping it.
mention the cold storage. That's
I did not. I just didn't finish with a graphic card. Um, well, you know what? Now that's yours. Okay, so hold on. So so the graphic card is pending supply again, and I would be dropping these kind of competition stuff randomly through the day. So it's not a particular time. You don't have to wake up and be awake during the time that we are awake. Some will be easy. Some will be like spontaneous. Like I'm just gonna drop a random question in a chat. First person to answer it, reply to it, gets it done. So that it's different. It's fun and it's interactive and it's not specific to a time zone. So it's available to everyone at random times because we do work late. I was coding up until 5 a.m. today, right? And sir, go ahead. You you wanted to say something, and
sure.
I wanted to show something, but you know,
It's all good.
yeah,
We can have a combo, but yeah, guys. Essentially, I mean, it's part of the ethos or one of our core principles as well, right? We're doing our best to give back as well, whether that's for initiatives that help other people or for this case, just to spread positivity and embrace the festivities, right? So again, we will do everything we can. Along the way as well, once the exchange is live as well, to have many such sort of giveaways and just sort of spreading positivity, as I mentioned. But yes, as Gary was holding up just a brief moment ago, we will also be essentially giving away a cold storage. So this is definitely going to come in handy for someone out there, and it ties in really well. So multiple things. Gary showed us some of the trains. We mentioned the PS5, the cold storage, and there could be some other elements more to come as well. But I think
so
that's
Anki, if the PS5 is not available, we'll just grab an Xbox.
it will be a top of the line gaming console. Let's say that, right? So a PS5 or an Xbox. We won't get into a debate there, but yes, guys, we will be doing our bit to try spreading some joy this holiday season.
And we hope that wherever you are, we can find the fastest, best way to ship it to you guys, whatever you guys win, and make sure you guys enjoy it for the holiday season. And personally, I never used to celebrate Christmas. So, side fact here, uh, my wife does, so that's where I got that from. I used to celebrate New Year's. That's the tradition of where I was created or came from, essentially. That's about it, guys. It was I I didn't want to push it along. There were some suggestions to move the AMA over, but I know that it would have been perhaps too short notice for people that allocated time away to join us here today and maybe took a lunch instead, working, during lunch. Sorry, during work. Maybe I'm hungry. Maybe that's it. Now, so it was a different type of AMA. It wasn't rehearsed, and I was trying to process what can I share without giving away something that is yet at that point where we can share it. If you recall way back, I've always said that once we are at a point where we can share it, because it's all proprietary, somebody with enough money and enough developers could always come and catch up. So we're always waiting for that point where, okay, we are ready to share this. And that sweet spot is of, okay, if somebody else wanted to copy us or steal something that we're doing, what are the odds of them actually succeeding to catch up to us and surpass us by the time that we are planning to launch it, right? So we're always waiting for that spot where if somebody is attempting to plagiarize us, then they would not be successful in doing so within that time frame that we have been telling the community about for us, right? And it was really nice to hear, Vera. What do you think? It was really nice to hear on the last Twitter space that we received really good recognition for never over promising stuff, right?
Absolutely.
And it was really like butterflies, you know. Like somebody, I always, the team knows me on that, and I always emphasize it on the back end, and I never bring it to light in the front. This is the first time I've ever mentioned it to anyone else other than the team, but it was pleasant, and I like it was really pleasant to hear that it was actually noticed.
No.
This has been a very unconventional AMA.
I think personally it's been a really interesting one because on the last AMA we showcased our proprietary swap function, right? But today, guys, all thanks to Gary again, you guys got some insight into what the actual trading, the SteamX Pro trading platform looks like, right? The charting platform. So again, the focus is on the functionality at this stage. The exchange platform in itself is completely operational. It is not open to the public as we currently sort of speak, but it is fully operational, right? So we hope you guys enjoyed that insight into what that platform looks like and sort of where we've gotten in terms of progress, especially on the landing page as well. But I think, Gary, we are, I think, good to open it up to questions if you feel comfy.
I look. Do I not look comfy? Like I think I look comfy too. No.
Maybe another sip out of that cup and you should be good.
I think I'm just gonna put the toque on.
There we go.
We have those two.
Over the
Over the
headphones.
headphones. That's it, man. New style. That's it, guys. This is my style. Nobody steal it. It's proprietary.
Perfect. But yeah, I do see a couple of hands up, guys. We will go in order one by one. If you do have any
So,
questions, please raise your hands and we will take questions accordingly.
right. It's fair to mention. Don't forget, please, guys. Respect your peers. Now, the order of which you see people might not be the same for us. So don't be upset. We are gonna get through it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute Fred. Oh, jumped away on me. Here we go. Allow to speak. Fred, go ahead, sir.
Hello, can you hear me there, Gary?
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'd like to first of all extend a welcome to you, Gary, Vera, Chris, and big hopefulness to Neville and the rest of the team. Okay, I've been following you for months now, and this is the first time I've been able to get online with you. Okay, and to your listeners, I'm an old timer. I'm an experienced day trader, but I'm new to the crypto trading. I've only been doing it for about 6 months. Okay, but I jumped on the SteamX early, and I'm in for about 300 mil token. So, but I'm kind of looking forward to doing maybe a little bit of staking if you're going to be having that. Okay, but my immediate desire is because I'm new to this, and a grandfather, retired guy, the jargon that the crypto uses is new to me. Okay, so I'm forever trying to learn it. So I'm very, very anxious to hear more about your information packages. Okay. And then from that, I would hope I'd be able to give you even a little bit of feedback how to get through to old timers like me. Okay. That this is relatively new. Oh, and just a quick little aside. Hey, I love your trains. I still have my original 1951 Lionel cast iron engine, and I'd love to send you a picture of it. You'd love it. Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
I'm
Send me a
once
picture
again,
of it.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested in the learning modules. Okay.
Right. This question would be best suitable for Neville. Neville, I know you're listening. I don't know if you're in an environment where it's sufficiently quiet enough for you to talk.
Yeah, I think he may have a sleeping baby on
Yeah.
his shoulder.
No, he does. Yeah, last picture I saw. No. Okay, Neville is typing. Okay, so that means he's not in an environment where he could talk. He's like, no. All right. So the learning modules, are still being processed, Freddie. We'll definitely release them rather sooner than later as we go along. Which part of the question would you rather like I answer first? Because it's developed, but it's not finished, if you know what I mean. So, okay, so staking is not going to be available on our platform when we launch. It's not out of the question. It's just not available when we launch. It's not off the table. It's not off the wall, or it's not off the whiteboard. We're not chasing it for the launch. Now, the documentation for how to trade and trading everything, we've continuously said that there will be a pop-up, for instance, where it gauges the user's knowledge and ability on how to trade. Now, you can go ahead and view it. You can go ahead and play all the videos. You can go ahead and do all the quizzes, or you can do the gamified version, what have you. The system will score you. And based on that score, it will either recommend that you take another course, retake a course, seek, for example, an online seminar that we would be doing, or if you're close by, pop in. And that's only if it gives you a limitation. Otherwise, if you're confident in your skill set and you absolutely understand what you're doing, again, we won't force people to go through it. You can just scroll all the way down, except two things. One is the terms and conditions, and the other one is blatantly saying, I don't care about your educational videos, and I'm just going to do it on my own. I'm going to skip this. And you click OK and OK, and you can move on. Nevertheless, you could always circle back to it, and still, should you change your mind, you can circle back to it and get those accessible to you.
Okay. Hey, and just thank you very much, Gary. And to the whole bunch of yous, as a Canadian and to anyone's listening here, we are just so absolutely proud of what you're doing. I'm an alumni of Waterloo myself, okay, and to see what you guys are doing, and I hope all the students there are jumping on board of this one. So all the very, very best to you and each of your listeners, because this is a good one, okay?
Fun fact there. Okay, Fred. Fun fact. I was debating to go to Waterloo or not. They were actually gonna give me a pretty decent scholarship back in the day, and I decided to stay at home and let my mom do the laundry while I'm in school. So I ended up heading over to York.
Oh, that's all right. I ended up at McMaster.
Yeah. I just wanted to stick around the bigger city and not drive for an hour and a half every day. Right on. Thank you, Freddie. Very good question there, sir.
Thank you so much for hopping on. It was honestly quite refreshing to hear you, and we hope that you can join us for our future AMAs as well. So thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it now that I know how to do it.
Right, awesome. And don't miss it. The next scheduled one is again, we have them bi-weekly, but we will do a filler AMA. We're gonna aim it for this week, and we will announce the day once the guys settle down and take care of all the other things that they have going on around them, family-related matters. We will drop a notification in the official chat when we're gonna do our next one to fill in for the other stuff that we've left out on purpose, because I wanted the guys to share those things.
Okay, I'm there.
Right on. Thank you, sir. Now there was somebody else here.
Thank you.
Unless Viraf, did you unmute them already?
No, I don't believe I have. So yeah, guys, if you do have a question, just pop your hand up. Feel free, and as the list populates, we will slowly start unmuting people.
There we go. No tap. You are higher on my list. Go ahead. How you doing?
Hey, Gary. Afternoon, evening for you, I guess.
It is evening. Yes, six qualifies as evening.
Nice. Yeah, thanks for sharing on the webpage level of development stuff. It's looking really good. Can't wait. I did have a question, and mine's more general, relating to hard wallets. And if somebody's wanting to migrate an entire wallet, I'm assuming that would mean they'd have no tokenomics. And would there be any downside to migrating Steam tokens to a cold wallet? You know, if you're holding a lot more, maybe you want better security on it while we're waiting for things to go
So
where
you're
they go.
saying you're going to acquire a cold storage wallet for security reasons,
Yep.
and what you're gonna do is you're gonna
Import
move
the seed phrase.
not just Steam, but you're gonna move over everything else as well to it, right? And I just heard you say a key different thing than most people do. You're going to import your wallet you have now onto your cold wallet storage, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you have MetaMask,
I do now, yeah, currently. Yeah.
right? And you're gonna recover that MetaMask onto your cold storage, right?
Yeah, correct.
And delete it from your browser, or create a new one essentially, which deletes the old one, right?
Right. So that I guess that part of that question is, well, that would take the wallet completely out of MetaMask, right? It would be gone from there and deleted in doing it, kind of.
Yes and no. These things are really tricky. It'll still save essentially something somewhere, but for the most part, yeah, once you delete the extension, it's deleted, right? So just delete, instead of creating a new one, just delete the extension and reinstall the extension. It's safer that way.
Okay.
And
Right.
if you restore it, right, then you didn't technically change any wallet. And then you won't be charged a tax because you're not transferring, right? But I would
Right.
restore it. Make sure you restore it before you delete the MetaMask and before you remove the wallet from MetaMask.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I see what
And
you mean.
still write the words
So you
somewhere.
do that. You do that restore to a ledger, say for example, and then go to your MetaMask,
Yeah.
delete the browser, go to your smartphone, delete the app, everything like that, and then when you log in, you would just create a completely new MetaMask with a new seed phrase and everything.
So with MetaMask, if you have more than one wallet, there's two ways of doing it because I'm assuming you have more than one wallet, right? Now, it presented a problem particularly for us. Guys, this is side information. It presented a problem particularly for us because I have my own, obviously, bunch of wallets. I have my wife's wallets in the computer because it's easier just to put it in than ask her every time. And then, obviously, Steam Exchange, right? Now, you can't restore so that you have them all together. You cannot restore. Let me see. You cannot restore using keywords 8 different wallets. Let me just close all of this, and then I'm going to share the screen with you. So, 1 second, guys. All right. So, for instance, where is it? It's here. So when you're in MetaMask, right? You have the 24 words. I believe it was 24 or something. So I'm getting a huge echo, guys.
Is it on mine? I'll mute myself.
I think it is yours. Yeah. So the words you can grab, that would be the first wallet you restore. and apologize. And if you want to add other ones, if they were created in MetaMask, then you just put in another one and another one and another one, and they propagate. But if they were not created in MetaMask, or they were created in MetaMask but not under the same account, then what you need is the other. Where is it? 1 second. What do they call it here? I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly what they call it here. So you go to import, and it's called private key string. Okay, so that's not the 24 words. Just so you know.
Well, there's a separate string of words for other wallets within the account.
Yeah. So let me just give you an example here, right? Because you'll see it says it's going to have an imported tag next to it, right? So main wallets don't have an imported tag next to them. Okay. Now those types of wallets do have a little tag that says imported next to them. So if I go here, let me just see how I pulled it last time.
I was just thinking out loud here, like this would be a great learning session, little impromptu MA to do sometime. I would definitely attend that if you're inclined to do some, wallet migration training. And like
I'm here, so I'm gonna help you. Yeah, but I don't mind. So reveal secret recovery phrase is not the same, right?
Right, you have a secret passphrase words and then a secret recovery phrase or something, right? There's two separate.
Yes. This is what I remember. It was so easy last time, and now it's. 1 second.
So I see a button that's called export private key, and I thought that might have to do with
that. Would be that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, account details. Okay, so you click on your 3 dots, like the hamburger, right? So not the circle with the colors in it next to Binance Smart Chain, for example, or you click like where it says connected or not connected, and then the name of the wallet. To the right from that, there's like a hamburger menu. It says account options on it. If you hover with the mouse, then you go to account details. Okay, and then you export private key, and you put in your MetaMask password. It gives you the private key. Private key is different than seed phrase. You can use that private key. So what I had to do is I restored all of the wallets that I wanted to do, and that when you restore it, it gives it to you one by one by one. Okay, then I put it into a. It's horrible what I did, but I had to do it. So I put it all into a text file separately. So I viewed it. I did not copy. I did not paste it. I put it into a text file on a different notepad, so to speak, right? And I just didn't want it to be in a temporary folder or anything like that. I wanted to be as secured as I can, right? And I put all of these. So actually for each wallet, I did seed phrase and what did they call it? I just forgot. And private key, yeah, private key. So seed phrase and private key. So because sometimes you never know if you might want to have to switch it and re-import it, and then that's the main one, and that's not the main one anyhow. So my apologies. So what I did is the first one you import, you use the seed phrases, and every consecutive one you use the private key. Every one after that you use the private key, and that's how you get multiples. That's how you get. That is the only way to get multiples in. Otherwise, the only way to do it is if you're using Chrome, you just switch a profile. So if you switch a profile, each profile gets one MetaMask.
Right, yeah. Within your Chrome, yes. You could make 5 Google Chrome accounts or Google accounts.
Ridiculous, but yeah, that would be the only way. Or the only way to bypass that is literally the 15-minute explanation I just did.
Okay.
It's relatively quick. Maybe I'll put a set of instructions together for it, but definitely not today. I need to catch up on some rest. Okay, I hope that really answers your question there. So if you're importing,
there was a second part to the question that I was kind of wondering.
Okay, sorry.
Like, go ahead. If our migration to blockchain, if there'd be any downsides to holding your Steam tokens, your BSC tokens on a hard cold wallet, like, is there, like, for migration we might have to move that cold wallet back into a MetaMask to do the migration to be able to connect, or would there be some way to connect the ledger, or would you advise not doing that? Maybe even.
We have not gone that far in terms of testing it with a ledger. As you can tell, I do possess one, so we would be able to test it. And essentially, were you aware of how we were thinking of doing it, or no?
What's that, the migration or connecting
Correct.
to? No, I wasn't aware. I just figured you guys come up with a simple solution, some kind of swapper for us, a web page, or
no, not even, because when you move the liquidity, your tokens you're holding are basically worthless, right? Yeah. They're paperweight. Now, where we have landed so far, and again, this is good for everyone who missed it, and it's not the final way of doing it. This is where we have landed so far. This is likely the direction, but not 100% the direction. Okay, it still could be the direction, but not the final way. You know what I mean? So this is where we are as of yet. Okay, as of now, it's very simple. You take a snapshot of everyone's accounts and what they're holding. Okay.
Yep.
When you move the liquidity at the same time. So now you know, for example, NoTap has 1,000 coins, Anki has 100 coins, and Mark has another 1,000 coins. And for example, Mark says, I don't want to migrate. Okay.
Yeah.
Anki and NoTap say, we want to migrate. Okay. So you guys go on our launchpad. Those coins will be pre-allocated for you. Makes sense? So it's essentially a copy and paste of the entire database.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it is. So the chart simply keeps going exactly from where it stopped. So there's no benefit or loss to being first or last. But it does give you the option of, if you want to leave, go ahead. You'll just be sent over the value of it, and again, not decided, but for instance, BUSD, just an example, right?
Yeah. It's some months later after you've decided, okay, it's time.
No, the some months later is the automation of it, right? You can decide right away. If you don't want to, here you go.
Yeah.
The months later is if you dropped off the face of the earth for, example, a year, okay? Yeah. Then the system will automatically send you those funds. Because we can't hold it in the launchpad for forever, right? It's not that doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, it's not a security feature. It's a security issue, but then it's not. We don't essentially want to be responsible for anyone's funds, even though it's a trustless feature, right? Where we can't come in and we draw something that we've already allocated for you. So the way it's designed is it's completely trustless in the sense that it protects it from being hacked. You know what I mean? So there's no keys there. There's nothing. It's pre-allocated for you. The only person that can choose to not opt in is you, or if you don't do it within pre-decided amount of time, then the system would send you those funds.
You'd have to be dead or in a coma to not want to swap. But anyways, my opinion. Anyways, so what would happen then to the tokens if the launchpad, after that determined amount of time, decides to swap it to BNB or BUSD or whatever it is? Does the project then buy those tokens back, and they're still in circulation, or are they getting burnt out somehow, or what happens to those tokens?
Technically, what they're supposed to do, and again, this is what we will probably do. Technically, what's supposed to happen is the same thing that happens everywhere. They are supposed to go back into the liquidity, right? So they're supposed to go back into circulation. Now, the reason we're not migrating over with any difference, or we're not thinking of doing it that way, and why we've landed here so far for now until we're ready to revisit it and elaborate further on it, it's very simple. If we migrate without, for instance, as you know, the passive burn, not the real burn that we did. So we demonstrated that we are capable of doing full out real burn where it reduces the actual supply of the coin in total. So total supply gets reduced, including circulating supply. Then, because we burned it from a wallet, right? Then the passive one that I'm referring to, if we burn it while we move over, whoever's first has an advantage over whoever's last. Whoever's first to come in to swap over, right? And we want a way that does not give advantage to anyone, whether you're first or you're last.
Right.
Because then it eliminates the responsibility of being responsible for people that dump, because it's worth so much more, I'm going to sell it, and then if everybody's going to see me selling it and create a dump, and it's no mudslides.
Yeah, because just burning off that supply would drive the price, right? We don't want that advantage,
right.
So it'll be just like a swap ratio.
What we would do is essentially we will burn it. There's no reason we need that burn wallet. We don't need it. Those funds are going to get burned. It's just not something that we're going to tell you when. We're just going to wake up one day and do it. And it doesn't make sense for us to announce it, because then we are creating an opportunity for somebody. Right? We don't want to do that.
Okay.
So we're trying to
be
as considerate as we can.
If 100% of people migrated, there would be not as much to burn anyways, right? Is that correct?
So the burn wallet right now, from every single transaction, it gets a percentage still. From every single transaction, it passively burns and burns and burns and burns. I don't know if you knew that. 1 second, I'll tell you what's there right now. Thank you. Do you have it up and running or no? Where did I put the screen?
Sorry, bro, I did not. I was just replying to some DMs in the background.
Okay. I think I got you though. Like there's a balance there, and it needs to get dealt with at a certain point. But we're going to do it in a way that it's fair to all investors. It's going to happen later after launch. We're not all going to know, but
precisely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's great. I'm just curious
to see what's in there now, actually.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to just make a quick mention to Fred there, if he's still listening. On one of the listing platforms, I won't name them, but their second half of their word rhymes with echo. If you go in there and you collect your tokens once a day for a while, you'll get these little points. And for the points that you accumulate, you can download a PDF that's 250 pages long, and it's pretty comprehensive about blockchain and cryptocurrency. I've just started reading it, but it's a pretty good resource until the Steam learning modules are live. That's all for me. But yeah, let me know what's in that wallet. I'm curious now.
I'm getting there. 1 second. 4.02. Yep, 4.02
billion Steam tokens, or
billion.
Yeah.
That is after the big burn that we did. We had a burn of I think it was oh my, such a brain fart today. Sorry. So we had initial supply of 100 billion. We have 90.8 now. So we burnt all of that, right? It was like, I think approximately 9.1, 9.2, somewhere there. And this one here already after that burn has accumulated, and it's not done yet, accumulating circulation percentage supply thing. I can't believe I just said that. 4.4268% of circulating supply is held in that wallet that's going to be poof, gone, burnt eventually.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice
Yeah,
actually. So
nice little
and
treat for the
end up putting it all together, it's quite a bit actually, right?
Yeah.
So
and it keeps going up
yeah.
every day lately. So
Well, it's not getting reflections. It's excluded from reflections because otherwise it wouldn't be fair, right, to everybody. But
right. But the
it is
volume
getting
adds to it.
as a small percentage of every trade goes into it autonomously.
Cool. I was going to ask some other things, but I should let somebody else up. But I'd love to learn.
I don't see any hands up, so go ahead.
All right. Well, I was wanting to better understand liquidities. The what's the wording they use on this different swaps and stuff for the market cap. Let me pull it up here. I forget diluted, fully diluted market cap. Yeah, that's it. What is it referring to certain tokenomics where there might be minting functions and mining? Why
it's
is
a different
not
way
fully,
of looking at it, calculating it.
Okay. Is liquidity there's that much?
I'll you know what? I'll note it down for you so that we can go into a lot more on that stuff, details for when we do our TA.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, this is an AA,
all right?
And these are just general crypto questions. So yeah,
no, it's a good question, nevertheless, right? Yeah. I just noticed someone decided to put their hand up. AJ from Hamburger City, sir, welcome. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
First of all, thank you very much for your work. And second, I'm gonna kiss the bottom of Canada because my two brothers and one sister are living in Toronto. So I invest in this some BNBs, and I want to know when you launch the exchange, where are you going to make the advertisement? Do you know that already?
This is a perfect question for our PR gentleman, head of department.
Sure thing, AJ. Thanks for that question. So, as you mentioned, you're Canadian, so we will definitely have a sort of home presence. I mentioned the two prominent radio slots, one TV slot, as well as outdoor billboards and other sort of mainstream media. So that would be within Canada, right? And when we look globally as well, there would be a similar exercise that would go about. So we want outdoor media advertising for sure. So think about bus wraps, think about digital signage, stickers. We're going to do everything we can to be in multiple places, right? Also, partnering and working with sort of media outlets, credible platforms. Like I mentioned, I brought up NASDAQ, Forbes, Bloomberg. All of those platforms, they do have their subsidiary or sort of a branch in other countries as well, right? Whether that's Asia or whether that's the Middle East, wherever it is. So, again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, Steam Exchange is a global vision with the Canadian core, right? We are made in Canada, but definitely for the world, and our marketing will supplement that sort of vision as well.
Cool, thank you. And other question is, I think you are planning to make some launch pads from Stream. And my question is, how can be able for me as an investor to be a part of a launch pad, or anyone can be inside of that? Or for example, should I need some like 15 million coins like 5,000 euro inside or something like that? Do you plan something like that?
I think that's a good question for me there, Anki. So our launchpad's going to be only for tokens that are going to be launched on our blockchain. And as you know, uh, our coin's going to be the trading pair. That's the only thing you're going to need in your wallet. You're just going to connect your wallet to it. And when these coins launch, it's going to look similar to all the other launch pads, with the exception that not just anybody can come in and launch anything on our blockchain. They have to be pre-vetted, pre-approved by us. Otherwise, they don't get the special token that they need to input into the system, and that token unlocks the launchpad for them. And all the tools of the launchpad will be accessible to them for them to go ahead and launch the token onto our blockchain.
Okay, so any holder of SteamX can be a part of that, no matter how much you have.
The trading pair would be SteamX.
Okay. Thank you, Gary, and thank you, Viraf. I wish you all the best, and be like you are.
I said I'm not, maybe in the office, but at home, man, I'm not wearing no suit and tie.
Thank you, though, brother AJ. Thanks for the support, man.
Thank you a lot. I wish you all the best. I wish us a lot of best.
Thank you, AJ. Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Zeus, I think I'm saying that right. Zeus, go ahead. Maybe someone changed their mind. Thank you. Am I saying that wrong?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, guys. I'm from the Philippines.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah. I have some questions because honestly, I don't have any what do you call this trust all the coins under BSC. But based on your project, I was really surprised, and then I I invested to Steam Exchange only because of what I mean is because I saw something in your project, even though it's under BSC. So my question is, are you guys safe from those coins under BSC that prone to hack? You know that some issues with the past coins, some shit coins regarding those DDoS attacks. So are you safe from
Do
that?
you wanna rephrase your question and maybe be a little bit more precise what you're referring to?
Is TeamX under BSC is safe from DDoS attacks?
Yeah, DDoS is denial of service. I'm not sure. Maybe you want to look at
I
that
mean,
up.
I mean
Look that
from
up
hack
again.
attacks. From hacking attacks, are you safe, guys?
Okay, from which one?
You know, I've been investing in some coins under BSC before, but they do some rug pulls and shit.
Right. So they might tell you that they got hacked just to sell you on something, but they didn't necessarily get hacked. That's 90% of the time what happens out there. Um, as you saw during the week, I think it was Coin Market Cap that got hacked, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reason why half the world's not screaming right now, at least half the crypto world, is because even though Trust Wallet shows you the price pulled from Coin Market Cap, when you go to trade, for example, the most common one, I can't say the name, but let's just say Flapjack, right? Then it's got its own internal system. It doesn't pull it from CMC, right? And just because of that, it saved them. And this is where we are hosted to. That's where the liquidity is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So okay. I have one last question. So, do you have any plans to enter any sex at the moment?
No, no, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, thank you very
Oh,
much,
okay.
guys.
CEX. You're saying CEX, right?
Yes, 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 except
Centralized.
Central State. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, we at the moment we do not plan on entering any CEX.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, sir. I misheard. My apologies about
Yeah, yeah,
the.
yeah, it's okay, no problem.
All right, guys. I think you guys can see. I'm sorry that I'm a little bit lacking sleep here. Anybody else have any questions in regards to what you heard here today, what you didn't hear here today, um, whatever else you guys want to ask? And again, just to kind of remind you guys, if you want to save it for later, save it for later. It doesn't. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We will announce and a catch up modified AMA for the week to come, somewhere in the week, I'm hoping, and we'll let the team speak to their representative department, and they can give you more juicy stuff about their own department. I don't wanna I don't wanna grab all the attention, right? I'm not an attention hog. So, um, mining questions, go ahead, guys. Blockchain questions, let's just leave it aside for now, because I I wanna really leave that aside for now until we have the alpha out and people can start testing it. And then obviously it's accommodated with documentation. So
Yeah,
anything,
I think that was major news as well, guys, for you guys to take in the alpha in Jan and the beta release in Feb. So you guys can, be prepared to roll your sleeves back, dive in, get dirty, and again, community feedback is vital to us, right? So that is part of the reason why we are doing this exercise. So definitely, if you haven't heard yet, Jan and Feb, you will get the opportunity to actually go in and experience the platform for yourself. So stay tuned.
my apologies, I'm nibbling on breakfast at almost 7 p.m. Yeah, so that's why partially the reason why I'm a little bit tired is we're trying to accelerate the process for you guys, um, to have alpha in January and beta in mid-February essentially. But give you enough time to test it, right? That's instead of throwing upgrades and upgrades and upgrades at it later, like most blockchains do. We want the community to properly test it and not just say, it's okay, let them run it, and then later we'll just make it look like a system upgrade and fix it. No, 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 no. So we want you guys to test it. We want to do things properly. So anybody else with their hand up? No. All right, guys. I will try to circle back around. Um, I'm pretty good at power naps, so we'll try and do that. I'll try to circle back around this evening and see if you guys want to come around and ask any more questions. Um, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Please understand that the team was dealing with personal matters today, and I don't want to take away from their stardom, their glory. And thank you, Vera, for chiming in today. I know you were busy today as well, and your schedule was tight.
No, no, of course, we're happy to be here, guys. We look forward to these sessions as well. And as always, yes, the voice chat, we will be just hopping off shortly, but the chat, as always, remains active. We have a great team of admins and mods. So any questions, guys, feel free to drop them in there, and we will do our best to provide an accurate response. But thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on anyways, and enjoyed the casual format today. It was nice.
Thank you, guys.
Gary,
Yeah,
this is Fred. can I just have a closing word with your
Fred,
listeners?
Fred,
Okay.
just a side note here, sir. When you talk, if you can see on the side menu, whoever's talking, they light up in a green circle.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Gary. I didn't have that on the side. I was
So when you talk, people can see that it is you talking.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, Gary, I've noticed that you've got about 80 odd people that are listening in. Okay, and hopefully they're seeing what the Canadians are like. Okay, we're a special breed. Okay, number one. Okay, but for a lot of your new people, because I've been around the block and I've been doing this, when something is rising like this, guys, hold on to it. Okay, don't try to do a little bit of day trading on this. Wait until later. Right now, the best thing you can do is just go into a coma, leave your money in there, wake up in 2 years, and you're going to be a millionaire. Stop taking your money out and buying your pizzas at this stage. Okay, when something is rising like this, guys, leave it alone, because you're not doing yourselves any favor. This is experience telling you. Wait until this goes online, and then when it gets picked up by different exchanges, it's going to multiply 10 times over on. That is the time to be doing your little trades. Do not trade now. Okay, go in a
Fred,
coma if you have to.
Fred, I'm gonna discourage going into a coma. It's not healthy for the family. The nightly self-induced coma by whiskey is different. Okay. Now, in all seriousness, check with us before you want to go into a coma, because I don't know that stage where the system will automatically send you the money out won't be. I don't think it'll be 2 years long, right? So going back to what I said, yeah, don't go into a coma for 2 years, please. But
Just a
thank you
fig-
for your
just
kind
a
words.
yeah, just a figure of speech, Gary.
Thank you for your kind
Thank you,
words,
Fred.
nevertheless.
Thank a lot, Fred.
Yeah. Hey, all the best to all of you.
Appreciate you. So you're a Canadian as well. That's good to know.
I'm a very proud Canadian. It's a pretty special country, and anyone that's from other nationalities looking in, hey,
I don't
if you
know.
want to migrate, come here.
I don't know how proud you are. No Tap has a Canadian flag in his name. You don't. So I mean, No Tap is more proud. So
Always good.
yeah, you can add flags to your name if you wanted to. I'm just joking with you. All right. So thank you, guys. I'm gonna stop the recording here.
Yeah, thank you.